Welcome to September, the proving ground of Saturn. This is the month where discipline becomes destiny. The theme of the discipline builder, the doer, not the speaker. The mission, do the work, claim the gains, balance the books of time. Weaknesses to watch, neglect, and greed. The currency of your efforts can transmute into stewardship. And the key lesson, there is no debt in the universe. Everything balances in time. Within the pulse of September is Saturn's month. The air feels heavier, not in gloom, but in gravity. The weight of what matters. Saturn strips away excuses, trims distractions, and leaves you face to face with the structures you've built. Some will hold, some will crack. That's the gift. Saturn whispers, time is not your enemy. It is the measure of your integrity. Show me your commitments, and I'll show you your future. September brings a reckoning. Systems either serve you or enslave you. Choose wisely. Energy signature of September will be tightening, clarifying, committing. Calendars fill, systems click, sloppy edges get trimmed. The lazy will suffer more than words can share. The elemental field, earth with a steel thread. Habits become scaffolding. Saturn is the element of earth, the body, your form and style. Create patterns that reveal the blueprint for your future. The North Star in September is consistency beats intensity, daily momentum, and occasional sprints. There will be a renaissance versus a war fork. Within the renaissance path, which I recommend you choose this, is routine as a ritual. You design a simple, repeatable loop. Plan, act, measure, adjust. The output compounds, and then the pressure drops. Once your needs are met and health and wealth restores, survival mode turns to creative mode, the rarest and most valuable form of currency in the universe. Saturn teaches we all survive, but only one creates. If you choose the war path, which I recommend you avoid this, perfection paralysis, endless planning, zero shipping, which is lazy or careless. Time interest accrues, stress balloons. Saturn has 4 pillars for the month. Measure what matters. Instead of counting how many emails you send, track how many decisions you close. Saturn says, if you measure pebbles, don't complain you never find mountains. Pick 3 metrics that define meaningful progress, not 30. Example, real estate. Leads converted, offers accepted, closings. Another example on the personal side, workouts completed, hours slept, tasks finished. The instruction, write them on paper. That's where tasks go to die. A clean temple is high speed, low drag. Constrain to advance. Give your mornings to creation, afternoons to response. Constraints, births, freedom. Saturn laughs at endless options. A river without banks is a flood. Set a cadence. Budget equals freedom. Organized hours equals sanity. The instruction here is set 2 boundaries today: money, time, or attention. You'll feel taller, not smaller. The 3rd pillar, sequence becomes speed. Don't design the logo before the product exists. Saturn reminds, climbing ladders fast means nothing if they lean on the wrong wall. Identify dependencies and addictions. Work on that. Do step 1 before step 2. The instruction here is before you start anything, ask what must happen first, then honor it. The last pillar for Saturn September is close loops weekly. Email the client back before the weekend. It clears psychic weight. Saturn warns, open promises are parasites, and they multiply faster than rabbits. Each week, every 7 days, reconcile. Promises made versus promises kept. Instructions, schedule a Friday-Saturday session, 20 minutes, no skipping. Close 3 loops before weekend. The signals to watch for, which is the macro to the personal. On the macro side, tightening policies back to fundamentals, narratives, incentives with strings attached, deadlines actually enforced, markets and builders, fewer flashy offers, more targeted credits tied to closing timelines, quality inventory stands out. On the personal side, urge to clean, file, organize, cravings for checklists, sudden relief after finishing neglected chores. The flags of September, everybody's favorite part. Saturn does not deal in maybes. These are the banners planted along the road of September. Ignore them and you stumble. Heed them and you'll know you are on Saturn's path. Deadlines without mercy. Extensions vanish. What was once negotiable is now fixed. Expect institutions, companies, or even personal obligations to say, the cutoff stands. The return of the audit. Old promises resurface. Taxes, compliance, budgets, health checkups. What was neglected comes knocking. September enforces the books of time. Use it or lose it policies. Credits, benefits, incentives, and opportunities arrive with strings attached and expiration dates. The window closes faster than expected. The reckoning with clutter. Forgotten projects, messy finances, and physical clutter become unbearable. Saturn forces confrontation with what weighs you down. Accountability in the spotlight. Public and private alike face scrutiny. Leaders, builders, and even households will be called to show evidence of stewardship. Saturn does not praise effort, only results. The silent witness appears. Strange echoes of accountability surface. People are caught on camera. Old messages resurface. Forgotten records come to light. A foretaste of October's shadow. To share a personal story, Las Vegas real estate angle buyers is a systems month. Get pre-approved updates, lock timelines, negotiate closing costs, plus punch list repairs instead of only price. With sellers, Saturn rewards readiness, pre-inspection plus minor fixes now, price reductions later, list on a schedule with weekly review checkpoints. And within new construction, ask for spec home closeout credits tied to quarter-end deadlines. There'll be bundles, rate buy-downs, and appliances, landscape packages, and HOA fee offsets that may be out there as treasures to be found in the market. For those who wish to sprint and not walk with Saturn in the month of September, there is a 13-day Saturn Sprint that you repeat 2 times to cover the month. Day 1, audit. List all open loops, personal, projects, creative, and eclectic tasks. Day 2, prioritize. Rank by impact plus effort. Draw the line of what's important this cycle. Circle your top 5. Saturn's law: if everything matters, nothing matters. Day 3, sequence. Create tasks. Kill dependencies. Arrange tasks like dominoes. Saturn says, chaos is not destiny. It's bad planning. Day 4, block time. Put work on your calendar. Protect the blocks. Saturn demands, if it's not scheduled, it doesn't exist. Day 5, build version 1. Make the smallest complete version. Start small and take it one step at a time. Saturn says, drafts are sacred. Without them, nothing finishes. Day 6, measure. Pick the 3 metrics. Capture baselines. Write them down. Saturn says, progress without proof is delusion. Day 7, adjust. Trim and cut the scope. Remove friction. Refocus. Saturn says, prune the dead branches. The tree thanks you. Day 8, standardize. Turn what worked into a checklist or a template. Turn wins into repeatable processes. Saturn says, do not invent twice. Believe in your abilities. Day 9, automate. Delegate. Move repeatables and time wasters off your plate. Hand off what drains your time. Saturn says, pride keeps you busy. Humility makes you free. Day 10, fortify. Fix the weakest link in a tool, policy, process, or a person. Saturn says, chains snap at the thinnest point. Day 11. Showcase. Publish the results. Collect feedback. Saturn will say, achievement unshared is wasted. Day 12. Reconcile. Promises kept versus promises broken. Reset expectations. Saturn says, better an honest no than a false yes. Day 13. Rest and review. Celebrate progress. Lock lessons learned. Take pause. Saturn says, rest is not laziness, it is honoring the cycle. Then repeat the 13-day cycle. 2 rounds equals a month transformed. At the end of the 13-day cycle, Saturn will not praise your effort, only your evidence. The mantra, I honor time by finishing. In the ritual, each morning, choose one domino task. Don't touch anything else until it falls. When the weight feels unbearable, remember, it is not your enemy. It is the gravity that gives your work form. Your future self cannot act today. Only you can. And if you act, that self will send blessings back through time. If you don't, they'll send curses. Some days, the work will feel crushing. That's where Saturn sets the stage. Within the warpath, you collapse under weight. Excuses multiply. Open loops grow fangs. Your future self will whisper curses back through time. The Renaissance path, you face the weight. You lift once, twice, a rhythm begins. Each small act becomes a brick in the cathedral of growth. Your future self will whisper blessings back through time. And Saturn's call will ask, what would future me thank me for finishing today? Then do the smallest present step that makes the future step obvious. This is Saturn's mechanics. The present is the lever. You either shift the future or you let it harden against you. And at the end of September, Saturn will ask only one thing. Did you build a structure worthy of your time? Or did you let time build one for you? My work is done. The weight is yours. Now face what walks beside you. October belongs to another immortal, and they will inherit the structure you've either built or neglected. The immortal is Shadow, one who doesn't arrive from outside, but walks beside you always in silence. He is your companion in every choice, the witness of every action, the keeper of every secret. You cannot outpace him, nor can you hide from him. In October, Shadow is the echo of every choice you make, reverberating not what you show the world, but what you conceal from yourself. Where Saturn asks for discipline, Shadow will ask for honesty. Where Saturn builds walls, Shadow will slip through the cracks. October will be a month where the unseen becomes the seen, where the record of your hidden life is laid bare, the month where your unkept promises, neglected work, and hidden patterns no longer stay in the dark. Shadow inherits what Saturn leaves behind, the scaffolding you've built or the ruins you've ignored. The structure you build in September will not vanish in October. They will be tested. Will Shadow be your ally, showing you the hidden strength you didn't know you had? Or your accuser, reminding you of every loop you left open? In the end, no matter what, Shadow, faithful and unforgiving, will whisper, I was with you all along. And when October arises, Shadow will not ask you if you are ready. He will only show you what you've hidden.